I want to get into analysis again when it comes to Canelo Alvarez versus opponents that we want to see him fight. I've touched on this. I made a few videos about some of these dudes, but I want to just like really like kind of like laser focus on these dudes versus Canelo and what I think their chances of winning and what their strong points are against him. Because one thing I will say about the Billy Joe Sanders fight is you saw, I don't care what nobody say, I saw some things in Canelo that just made him look average against somebody like Billy. And Billy Joe is known for his movement, but he isn't the most fluid dude. And you saw he was having issues with Billy Joe Sanders, bro. The Canelo fanboys ain't gonna agree. We already know that. But us that got eyes, we see what we saw. Okay? So let's what I want to do, I'm not gonna do it all in one video. It's gonna be one separate video. So we're gonna talk about David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, pretty much those three, and Caleb Plant, because those are really the four. Two of those dudes are not at 168, and two are. But I want to see Canelo fight all four of those dudes. And if he fights those dudes, then okay, you got to give him his props, man. But then you got to say, why'd you take so long? Why were you skipping past him? Like, so I don't even think he'll fight. I don't think he's gonna fight any of these dudes. That's just my opinion. I think he's gonna go on a more of a bum bashing tour after Caleb. I don't think he's gonna really defend his titles at 168. He probably will get the title from Caleb if he wins, and then move up or retire. I don't know. Or he might defend it against lower tier comp and pick and choose and start doing that more cherry picking shit. We don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna explain what I tell you why he's not gonna fight these dudes, because each of these dudes, you hear an excuse of why he's not fighting them. Demetrius Andrade, you'll fight nobody. That's why he don't want to fight him. Jamal Charlo, okay, yeah, he's at 160. So he could use that as an excuse why he's not fighting him. David Benavidez, he has no belt. He's Mexican. He don't want to fight any more Mexican fighters. And who else was it? Caleb Plant. That's the only one that he's about to. More than likely, he's gonna fight Plant because he has a belt, and I think he thinks Plant, out of all these four, is probably the easiest fight for him. I think that's another thing too. Besides the fact that he had a belt, he probably would have fought Caleb Plant even if Plant didn't have a belt, man. I wonder what would happen if Jamal Charlo, if David Benavidez was the one with the belt. Would he have fought? Would he be fighting Benavidez this year instead of Caleb Plant? I doubt it. Remember, Canelo don't want to fight any more Mexicans, so that's what he said. So think about that. But let's talk about Caleb Plant first, because he's the one that is fighting. More than likely, he's gonna be fighting Canelo soon, end of the year. A lot of people give Caleb Plant no chance. I hear both sides. I hear people say Caleb Plant has a good chance of beating Canelo. Some say he doesn't. I'm just gonna give my take on it real quick. Well, pretty much, I give Caleb Plant a much better chance than I did Billy Joe Sanders. Caleb Plant, I think he's stronger than Billy Joe. I think his IQ is a little better. I think his punch placement is better. His footwork is better. And not just that, I think Caleb Plant has more dog in him than Billy Joe does. And we can get into the quitting thing, and I just don't think Billy Joe has a real dog in him. And that's the thing. I've said this about, like, it seems like a lot of UK fighters, they don't really have a lot of dog in them. Maybe a few of them might have it, but most of them don't. If you look at I'm putting Billy Joe in there. The reason I'm saying Billy Joe is because, remember, Billy Joe is the same guy that came down on Dane Dubois for what he did for quitting. So I'm going to automatically put Billy Joe in that category because, okay, bro, your eye socket is broken. Okay, you can't fight with a bad eye socket, man. Things can get worse. But here's the thing: don't say you're gonna put it all out there and how Dane DeBall, I would never quit like that, and then you turn around and he didn't quit his corner through, but he didn't object. He didn't object, even if he did. They did stop it. Why didn't he jump up and be like, nah, man, let me finish. Go out on my shield. He didn't do that. That's why I'm getting in his ass. So, but you see it with these dudes. Luke Campbell did it. You seen it with what's the guy name, man? I just said it right. It was Luke Campbell. You seen it with Daniel Dubois. You seen it with Anthony Joshua. There was another dude, Carl Frampton did it. You know what I mean? So, come on, man. Anyway, he's not gonna have. I don't think that's the thing with American fighters, dog. That's another thing Canelo have to worry about. I don't think Caleb Plant quitting on his stool. He's probably gonna more than likely go out on his shield, even if he lose the fight. So, like I said, I did say that's one of the things you need when you fight Canelo. You need that dog, or you need that willing to not quit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things. I think Caleb Plant has that in him. We don't know how good his chin is yet. Canelo definitely has the advantage right there. He has a proven granite chin. We know that. And is it possible that he can stop Canelo? Yo, we don't know, man. We don't know. We haven't really. I've seen Canelo hit to the face, but have you really seen Canelo hurt, like really punch to the body? And if anybody should be able to do that, it should be Caleb Plant. Should really be able to test him to that body, and we'll see. We'll see. We already know Canelo has a certified chin. He ain't gonna get knocked out to the face no time soon. But we don't know what'll happen if he get a real good sharp one to the body. But we gotta leave that question mark. You gotta leave that room. That door gotta remain open when it comes to that. But the likelihood of Caleb Plant knocking out Canelo is probably highly unlikely. But he still can win on the cards. He can still win on the cards, which would be hard. He would have to really style on Canelo for most of the fight for that to happen. Because you got to understand, man, when you're fighting Canelo Alvarez, you're not just fighting the Canelo, you're fighting the judges as well, and you're fighting like another machine behind this motherfucker. So you got to go in there and style on the judges, style on Canelo, and you got to style on the machine behind them. That's just my opinion. But I think Caleb Plant's chance of beating Canelo relies on his a body shot or something to really stop him. He's not going to really win on the cards. He's not going to knock him out to the grill. It's not going to happen. And then Caleb Plant's stamina hasn't been the best either. Past, 5 rounds, 6 rounds, he might start slowing up. Canelo's engine his engine in the past hasn't really been that good either. His stamina has slightly improved, though, in spurts. But I give the chance of Caleb Plant actually winning maybe 60, maybe a 60%. I give it maybe 55% chance of him winning that fight. About 55%. Reason I say that is because we don't know how he's going to react to Canelo's power. Is Canelo's power going to make him hesitant to throw punches and to exchange with him and stand there in the pocket? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Caleb Plant hasn't really fought anybody real major like that, and especially anybody with any real snot behind his punches. So we'll have to figure that out and see. So my thoughts on that is I see the only avenue for Caleb Plant to win this fight is if for somehow, some way, he punches Canelo to the body so hard that it knocks the wind out of him, and then from there on, he starts picking Canelo apart. That's the only way he wins. And it's possible, man. He's fast enough to do it. Is he strong enough to hurt him is what remains to be seen. I definitely think he's stronger than Billy Joe Saunders, though. But we have to see. So I'm not going to make I think I made a prediction, man. I don't even freaking remember. But I'm not going to make a prediction here. I'm just going to give my percentage on him winning this fight. And I'll say it's a 55% chance of him actually beating Canelo to become undisputed. Just my take on that, man. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. I'll get to you guys on the next one, man. You've been watching Rebel Life Boxing. See y'all later. Peace.